Welcome to our house, or as my eye calls, a football museum. The whole and sole motive for the both of us is to try and sow some seeds of the same conversations
Perfect.
in all households. Legacy of sports, the legacy that is now passed on to me.
And the history that we have experienced 1,000 miles apart. The core experience, the
Authenticity.
core content of the sports should be pure as possible.
Yeah. The experience of Wimbledon, the strawberry and cream outside the court, it's so
Yeah.
royal.
Pele won the World Cup when he was 18. Mbappe, okay, 1958 to what? 2018. Mbappe won the World Cup when he was 18. So, Gill, Jaiswal, like they should fill up the shoes of Rohit and Kohli. That's the best opportunity that they have.
Players that curt and for players that aggressive on the field, you need to give back.
So where is the aggression? Where is the new generation of viewers who don't pay at the lords to learn? You pay at the lords to deliver.
भाई थकते नहीं हो क्या? हम देख के थक गए, आप थकते नहीं हो क्या? I can say that we are rebuilding as well.
Oh, you're repositioning Vinicius and Mbappe.
Players are ready. Silence, please. Hi, guys, and we are back. And both of us want to thank you all so much for all the reviews, for all the feedback, and all the positive feedback that you've given us that keeps us motivating and that has motivated us to do yet another one. So thank you so much for letting the Baap Beti and Banter
Banter.
series going.
So from my friends also, they are like, what is this exactly? Is it what preview review show, or is it discussion on sports, or what it is exactly? So I also wonder what it is. So it's a general random time pass sports conversation. So sports katta, as you can say. So but thanks a lot for overwhelming response, and keep us motivating. And from my generation also, as now she is repeatedly saying that generations apart and that kind of a thing. So my generations also, it's a great sign that we are breaking the taboos, and we are thinking out of the box. We are letting you guys to do out of the box things and follow your passion. Simple.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole and sole motive for the both of us is to try and sow some seeds of the same conversations
Perfect.
in all households. And talking about households, welcome to our house, or as my eye calls, a football museum.
This is just not a museum. These are not the things that we have only bought by paying, say, euros and pound, but we have experienced all these kind of a thing. So it's like very close to our heart and close to our house, in our house. So
Yeah, so actually all my friends say that to they don't need to know that we are sports fans. They just have to enter the house, look around, and see, okay, it's unsaid that we are sports fans and we are passionate for sports fans. I think it's unsaid when anybody comes
we
to
are
the
we are
house.
El Clasico sports fan, because you can see Madrid and you can see Messi over there. So it's like Clasico.
And speaking of what are we going to talk about today, I don't think there are going to be any guesses because of the color, the royal whites that we are wearing, with the legacy of the collectibles that we have started to create, collect, and curate. So today's discussion is going to be about the legacy of sports, the legacy that is now passed on to me, the legacy sports like Wimbledon, the test match at Lords, and the entire history that's been going on in all these venues.
And the history that we have experienced 1,000 miles apart.
Yeah.
Through whatever the radio commentary to through television live broadcasting. So
Yeah.
that's how the legacy has been generated and passed on.
Yeah.
So
My part in the legacy and my part in the history started with me being a part of the Paris Olympics that I got to do behind the scenes.
yeah.
And we watch it on TV. I've been growing up watching all the Olympics. I used to make excuses to stay up late to go to school also, but to watch all the football matches or the Olympics late night. And I never had to cry, or I never had to beg to watch the matches because it was two versus one always.
So now,
But yes, I made it a point by going to school the next day and by attending all the scheduled school, college, my theater practice by watching all this.
no, but as far as I'm concerned, our school was so modern or kind of a future looking school. They took us for a Moscow 80. That was a
Oh wow.
documentary based on Moscow 80 Olympics, and they had taken us to a theater to watch
Oh
that
wow.
documentary. So that was our school time, because in 1982 India hosted the Asiad in New Delhi. So that's why they wanted to create a sports culture and take kids towards how it is, how the sports is.
Way ahead
So
of the
that absolutely, and
time.
that kind of a Misha, the mascot of Moscow 80, that was a goosebumps moment when Misha said bye to all the sports fans across the globe. So that's how our legacy and our experience of all this legacy kind of a sports,
Yeah.
it started.
Even
And then it followed with what, LA 8084, then Seoul 88 with Ben Johnson and Carl Lewis historic race. That race was actually won by Ben Johnson, but then he found guilty of having consumed some prohibited
substance.
substances. So that was a kind of a very black era of the modern Olympic, as they say. Then Barcelona 92. We have been to Barcelona Montjuic Museum, where
Yeah.
all the history is like still it is alive there at the museum. So it's a huge legacy as far as the sports are concerned.
Yeah, even I remember in school, we stayed up watching Germany win the World Cup
Yeah.
2014. Next day, I went to school and I had German at that time. I was in 8th standard, and our German teacher came. She came to the class and she wrote 2014 FIFA World Cup champions on the board. And then she did not teach us anything from the curriculum that day, but she
Wow.
asked us, and the entire and all of us and my group was so excited to be a part of that conversation that day.
Absolutely.
She asked us who the coach was, she asked us who the player is, and then she connected, because we all knew the names at that
Yeah.
time, then she connected those names to some terms in football. All that she explained, and that was the best experience I remember, that actually connected sports to my
German
school and all
language,
the
yeah,
culture to
absolutely.
German language. So now when I think about the 2014 win, my first memory of it is not watching it at home on TV. The first memory is, okay, next day in school we talked about it in the class.
Absolutely. So yeah, I met Lothar Matthäus. He had come to Mumbai. Of course, 1990, Germany won the World Cup, the first German unified German team to win the World Cup, and he was amazed to see, because that jersey was like one of the best in the history of sports. That white jersey
Yeah,
with all
yeah.
those German
It
tricolor
was there
flags.
in the museum in Spain in
Absolutely,
Madrid.
absolutely. So Matthias said that had he known that there was a huge passion for sports and football 1,000 miles apart, he would have come to India much
Much
earlier.
earlier.
So that's how it is, and it's all like all dream come true kind of a moments with all these sports experiences. So, and same with the Wimbledons, of course.
Yeah.
So Wimbledon is like quiet place.
Yeah. Silence, silence, please. Players are ready.
Tradition is there, and they have their own ways of modernizing that
Yeah.
tradition, not like US Open or AO as they call, not the Australian Open, but still in that legacy you find the modernized kind of a culture. So I'm speaking on your behalf.
Actually,
But what you like about Wimbledon? It's so boring, they say. No?
no, not actually. So my first experience of Wimbledon was that to get to know how different it is playing on grass.
Ah.
So now that we have passed that stage of just watching sports on television, now it was about understanding that how
Ah.
different it is playing on grass.
But no digital signboards, no digital walls
But
like
it's
AO and
authentic. But
US.
it's authentic.
Oh.
What I love is what we talked about on day one. The courts look so green,
Lush.
so sleek. The
Absolutely.
lines are so clear.
And
And on the final day, it
it's
is
all
all
barren
rough.
turf.
It's
Yeah,
all barren.
absolutely.
There's all the brown patches
Yeah.
on the field, and that is very exciting. So Roland Garros and Wimbledon is the last two that I have followed. The great final Sinner,
Yeah.
Alcaraz that we watched. It
That's
actually
again legacy is building up, like from Bogue and McEnroe in 80s that we have
yeah.
seen 5 hours, 5.5 hours epics that we have
To
seen
now
on
these
the
5.5.
black and white television, to all these now
Yeah.
the new legacies, Sinner and Alcaraz. So
So
who's your
that is
favorite, Sinner or Alcaraz?
my connection with Spain gets me to
Vamos.
alcohol. Yeah. So
No, but
nobody in office asked me who am I supporting because they knew okay, you're a Spanish pagal, so you're going to support
no,
alcohol.
but Sinner has created history.
Yeah. So
So
actually, that is what interested me about Wimbledon. It is so royal. It
yeah,
is so authentic,
yeah,
and the experience of Wimbledon, the strawberry and cream outside the court, it's so
yeah,
royal. First Polish and
yeah.
first Italian
Italian winner.
winner
Yeah,
that we got in the men's and the women's, and even in the men's doubles, the first Great British pair in the
yeah,
Open era
yeah,
that won the Wimbledon.
yeah.
So what excites me actually is after they become champions, after they get the trophy, they have their interview and all. Their travel from the passages to the
From the club,
balcony, that
yeah.
is the most authentic one that connects us to how the royal family comes in the balcony and greets the
But you
crowd.
you guys are lucky. Like in our days, there was no that kind of a broadcasting, no that kind of a official
Sad.
paparazzis, as we can
Sad,
say,
really
that they
sad.
follow them everywhere and then in the balconies. You won't believe in 2018 through our football pilgrimage tourism, we had gone to London, UK. Like sorry, leaving you like seeing you off from Spain. We had further gone to London and Manchester,
But you
but
missed it.
we missed going to Wimbledon and Lords because we had the tickets of
Priorities.
Champions League game between Barcelona and Spurs, and also that game was on at Wembley.
You
So
saved every pound for
we
that.
saved every pound. We paid £110 for those tickets, and we sacrificed traveling to Wimbledon and Lords. But next time around, that's still on agenda.
Yeah.
So Wimbledon is still on agenda.
Yeah. So it was actually such a pretty post that Anna Simova did after
Yeah.
she lost. Is that while they enter before the match, there is a quote on the wall that says, "Here is the grass that you witness both the highs and the lows." And exactly a day before she won the semi-final, I
Yeah.
think it must be the best win of her career, with actually whatever tough roller coaster career
Yeah.
that she's had. And exactly in the next 72 hours was the biggest low of her career where she could not even win a game. So
No, but irony is like the first
yeah,
round she won
was
was
6-0,
6-0,
6-0,
6-0.
yeah.
So the same
Yeah.
scoreline
She
defeat she
started
had
and
to
ended
absolutely
with
with
the
the
same,
same.
just on the other side of the
So
court.
that's how the legacies are built, and that's how we follow the legacies, and
Yeah.
we create our own legacies. So
Yeah, what do you like about Wimbledon?
Boom Boom Becker, the first unseeded player, Ivan Lendl, the great tennis player who couldn't win Wimbledon in spite of reaching to the final. Pat Cash, the Australian player, he was also came from nowhere to defeat Lendl. So many Sampras, even the Pesan Hingis or Pesan Navratilova, that combination. So
Hingis and Sanya.
and Steffi Graf. So, in fact, Sania, when she won the junior Wimbledon, we were the first one to felicitate her at our
Yeah.
Pune Union of Working Journalists. So, right from coming from England, while on her way to Hyderabad, we caught her up and we felicited her when she was that young.
Yeah.
After winning the junior Wimbledon. You remember meeting Saina, right?
Saina, yeah.
Commonwealth Youth Games in
2008.
2008.
I remember
absolutely.
I had made a project of it with
Yeah.
our photo.
So all these guys who rock on the field world over, we get to see them and we get to meet them.
Yeah.
Like Neeraj Chopra Classic in Bangalore. So
Yeah.
we could see them, we could meet them, and it's a huge lot of inspirational moment. So
Yeah.
that's the legacy coming towards us, and we are getting benefits out of
Yeah,
it.
I got to have a short chat with Neeraj actually,
Huh.
and he'd come in the office and he was so humble.
Now lightning bolt is coming to India, so that's how like world is coming closer, and sports is bringing that world is closer. So but another close things to this legacy of Wimbledon was
The Lord.
the Lords. So
Yeah.
where is your all this new India, the young and energetic?
Players that curt and for players that aggressive on the field, you need to give back. If you only tell me if Gill would have succumbed all the cold wars that were happening on the pitch, then they would have bossed us. Then they would have equally bossed us on field. But even he equally needed to build the pressure. That is the one thing I
But you
loved
tell me,
about.
68% win predictor on the last
Yeah,
day
that
with
is the
Indian
second part.
batsmen. They were like bang goat, not the GO80 goat. So they literally handed over the initiative.
But that is
So
the
where is the
second part.
aggression? Where is the new generation of yours?
That was one thing I loved about Kohli as a test best captain.
Yeah.
Kohli was all crazy on field. He was all dominating. Everybody was under pressure, but he delivered with
I
the
know.
game, and he made his team also deliver. From Jaiswal or KL being the experienced player that is
Exactly.
Jadeja actually delivered. Not he can't just do everything alone, but the experienced player should have taken the
You're telling all the
authority.
excuses. Don't tell me. You're telling all the
But
excuses.
what should have
See,
been
Pele
different?
won the World Cup when he was 18. Mbappe, okay, 1958 to what? 19 when Mbappe won the World Cup, 2000 what?
2018.
18. Okay, so 2018, Mbappe won the World Cup when he was 18. So Gil, Jaiswal, like they should fill up the shoes of
Yeah.
Rohit and Kohli. That's the best opportunity that they have. So a little wiser brain because my generation kind of a thing. So aggression, yes, but with the aggression, you need to have application.
Yeah.
You need to have assurance. So you need to assure. KL Rahul need to assure, and that's when the aggression will translate into the attitude. So
Yeah.
that's why it's always a kind of
But
a,
it was a good learning. Like
you don't play at the lords to learn, you play at the lords to deliver. So
quote,
yeah, absolutely.
quote of the day.
I could
Quote
be
of the day.
over demanding or I could be over a kind of a imposing, but you need to
But
deliver.
it was another match that we lost when Bumrah was playing.
So
Bichara.
no.
He took a fifer in the first, we lost. He did not play in the second, we won. So is Bumrah
that's
not playing?
that's again classical debate. We are like footballing guys and the cricket guys, so it's a luxury in cricket. It's all personality centric thing in cricket.
Hero worship.
Hero worshipping in cricket. Bumrah says workload management. I will play only 3 tests. Imagine Ronaldo saying, I'll play only 5 matches in the Champions League.
But that's what happens with us and football. They play midweek matches, weekend matches.
Absolutely.
They then go for the country. They play that. They come back. We only
Champions
see them.
League game, Europa. Oh,
We only see them taking vacations in the Christmas gap and in the
only the
festival
Christmas gap and the
festival
end of the
gap.
season.
That
But
not
there also
Neymar. Neymar
Neymar.
takes and we watch all the matches on 5-6 devices like crazy people.
They are playing there
We
actually.
say to all these people that भाई थकते नहीं हो क्या? हम देख के थक गए आप थकते नहीं हो क्या?
No, we experienced that the Super Sunday, na 3:30 p.m. to 3:30 a.m.
You
So
remember the Copa
Yeah.
and Euro that was on the same Sunday.
Sunday,
We woke
yeah.
up in the morning to watch Messi win Copa for the first
Absolutely.
time.
Yeah.
Then it was Euros in the night.
Yes.
So from legacy to now the future, as we call it, even the stadiums look like the Avengers movie.
Yeah, I know.
And
US
crazy,
is some different thing.
fancy robotic things.
Yeah,
You can't
I know.
imagine. It's actually beyond the
Yeah,
imagination.
it felt like AI. So
Yeah.
that was like a esports
Living
kind
in
of
AI,
a
it's
playing
like-
or playing FIFA
Yeah.
kind of a thing. So
Yeah, so all the
even the Chelsea final was like playing like a FIFA. So just maneuvering Chelsea players and scoring goals. So that was that kind of a thing.
Yeah,
US has a huge, I won't say legacy, but tradition of football. We have experienced.
commercialization you can say.
Yeah, but in 70s when Pele and Beckenbauer went there, that was the first time that USA football was commercialized. The second wave came in 1994 when they hosted the World Cup and when Brazil, where's Brazil? Brazil had won, so our favorite Brazil had won that World Cup, Dunga and Babeto, that kind of a thing, Romario. And now the third wave, as you can say, it could be the third and the final wave that
But it's
we
a
might
trend
say.
setting wave. It is a
Yeah,
trend
it's-
setting. So
yeah, it's
like
trend.
like how Qatar was a trend setting with a one destination
Yes,
World Cup.
absolutely.
Now US World Cup or the Olympics, the entire focus is now shifting to US.
Northern Hemisphere,
Yeah,
as you
with
can
the
say.
next
Yeah.
with the next main events that will be
28,
happening.
so-
Yeah, so it's going to be like it's like we are in a movie.
See their social media or their campaigns or
Yeah.
their visuals, it's all like out of the world. So it's
Yeah, the
from-
colors
yeah,
are popping.
colors,
It's
the
very
bright
vibrant.
colors, yeah, poppy, yeah. US is, I don't know how to call it and how
US
you
is
you can
class.
tell your experience about US sports culture.
But you need the commercialization and the hyping up factor.
That nobody would be able to resist that. That's
But-
the need of the hour.
Yeah,
Over
exactly.
social media, over bombarding
Exactly.
thing.
But you
pre-match.
watch the game, right?
Actually,
watch it,
yeah,
right?
the game is the main core content. Otherwise, all is packaging.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, all these things surrounding the
Yeah.
game, they are being highlighted. So
But
that shouldn't happen.
you are a sports fan and it runs in your blood.
Yeah,
So irrespective of the hype or not, you will watch it at whatever time it is.
absolutely.
But for the new people who want to watch it, or for non-sports fans, if you can
No,
say,
no, no.
you need the hype for them to see the buzz on social media ki okay what it is about, and then they
You
tune
tell
in.
me how you watch the match having a mobile in your hand and constantly chatting in your fan group. Are you watching the match or are you chatting?
A few moments later.
Debate will go on.
Yeah, no, but my thing is whatever the hype is created around for a new for people out of the niche,
I know.
that hype will get them to watch
I
the
know.
match.
New
That hype,
eyeballs will come to
yeah,
watch the party.
yeah,
So that's the only thing. Okay, but the core experience, the
authenticity.
core content of the sports should be pure as possible.
Yeah.
And that's why Wimbledon is taking over or the Lord's Test match
Yeah.
taking over everybody else apart.
Yeah. So the Ganguly photo that everybody keeps
Absolutely.
talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
From that, we would have loved to see Gil in the balcony going crazy if only what even if 30
but
runs would have been
if
chased, but if just
yeah,
if
no, so
everybody was saying yeah that it's worse than a breakup. This loss is worse than a
no,
breakup.
but that's another good part of
It's
the
a
legacy,
heartbreak,
that
yeah.
hope is keeping the sports
Yeah.
alive, and that's why we follow the sports, and what we are hopeful for all the success for all the talents.
Like the baton in the Olympics passes with the fire lit. That is the hope I think.
Olympic spirit tells us
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So
So
that
it's
is the
like a
hope that
hope,
keeps the fire burning.
yeah,
I think in every country, every
inspiration,
city.
hope to achieve our goals. So
Yeah.
that's the legacy of sports.
Yeah, that's the flame keeping it alive in every city.
Oh wow.
Thanks. That is, it was not planned by the way. That is the flame keeping it alive in every corner of every city, country, and the world. And in houses like
Yeah.
these, in mad houses like this, that keep us connected through the language and through the global language of sports.
Check the battery of your mobile,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah, the content never go dry and it won't never be a drought because now Wimbledon is over, the test match is over, but the next test match is starting.
absolutely,
So
the new football season is coming.
yeah.
Like 14th August, there is a Super Cup between PSG and Spurs. So
Yeah.
gear up for that and the new season.
Yeah.
So new
that
season,
is
new
the hope-
challenges.
That
Absolutely.
is the hope
Oh.
that is keeping it alive.
Barca will win again. Yeah.
I uh, I am not agreeing.
No
to
comments,
this
no
statement.
comments,
Yeah, no
okay.
comments. We will see what happens. Yeah, we will see what happens this year in all the El Clasicos and with the new squad. I can say that we are rebuilding as well.
Oh,
And we
okay.
are in that process of
You are
rebuilding.
repositioning Vinicius and Mbappe.
Yeah, the camaraderie between them.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
new coach.
And the new coach. Exactly. That is why the rebuilding phase of Madrid.
But
has
if you want
started.
to watch Real Madrid and Barcelona El Clasico nearest and the cheapest, keep following us.
Yeah.
January 2026, Spanish Super Copa at Riyadh. So we are definitely going there. The cheapest and the most affordable tour to watch the El Clasico, Barca and Real Madrid playing their Spanish Super Copa. So stay tuned.
Yeah. We'll just keep on continuing this. We'll see you in the next episode. And thank you for listening. You can let us know your opinions about the legacies that we talked about and your opinion about the future that is coming ahead in the form of like a Hollywood Avengers movie. So do let us know your opinion about it and how you like it, the traditional way, the revolutionizing way, or like the modern way. You let us know that. And adios till then.